Are you a tiny business owner and you find yourself each week wondering what you should be spending your time on that makes your time the best spent? Maybe you start to say, oh, I keep creating these new things or doing this or doing that, and I don't know if it's a complete waste of my time. Let's talk about the 3 most important things that you can be doing with your business each week. They're vague kind of overview topics, so you can make sure that you're filling in the tasks that are associated with these 3 things, but making sure that when you're planning out your week, you include these things, because those of us who are talented tiny business owners tend to be very creative. I am in this category and I understand the desire and need to be creating new things all the time and the excitement that comes from that. And I'm talking beyond content in order to establish yourself with the people that are following you, but I'm talking more that we keep creating new services and products and things that we're trying to please our people with. But the problem is that we ignore a lot of the really basic building blocks of our business. And then we end up at the end of a week, at the end of a month, not seeing any traction in our business, not maybe making any money, which is essential, and finding ourselves frustrated. So let's take a step back and today focus on the 3 things that we need to make sure we are prioritizing each week. The first is making sure that all of our current clients and customers have their needs met. So that means, of course, fulfilling orders, providing the services that we have people signed up for, and answering and following up on any correspondence with them. That's the number 1 thing that we want to be doing in our business. We want to make sure that anybody that is currently engaged, active, and part of our business is taken care of. Number 1 priority. You want to take care of those that are already paying you money. The next is, of course, to be thinking about where your future income is going to come from. Now, this is done in a variety of ways, a sort of mix of sales and marketing. For the tiny business owners, I often suggest that because it's very hard to do all the things, that at least while we're solo in our business and at the beginning we may bring on, I work with those with 5 and fewer employees, we start bringing on contract employees, maybe full-time employees, but we definitely start to outsource some things as we start to grow and get busier. But in the beginning, if it's just you, or maybe forever, which is an absolutely fine way to do it too, that it's just you. So what should you be focusing on to bringing in those sales? The number 1 thing is networking, especially if the business is built around you. Why? Because people want to support you. It could be online networking. It could be going to group things. It could be having one-on-ones with people, sending emails, whatever it is to network. We're not selling. We are networking. We're building and establishing those relationships. The second part of that is usually some sort of way to keep in touch with people. Social media makes it really easy these days. So it is making sure that you are being seen, that you are posting on your Google My Business, that you are putting yourself out there. So all of those people who you network with can be reminded of who you are and what you're up to. And the third part of that is to usually be creating some sort of content so that you're establishing yourself as an expert and you make it easy for those in your network to pass on things about you. All right, so that's all part of the thinking about future business, right? We have right now, we're maintaining what we have going on with our current employees and all of that, current people who are paying us, and then we are thinking ahead to who's going to be paying us down the road. The problem that usually happens with tiny business owners is we get so busy with that first section that we forget about the second. And then when the contracts or the products or whatever has been finished for that first section ends, we have no more income coming in. So we do not want to neglect future income. That week should be both current income, future income. And what is the last part of it? What is the third thing that we should be doing to make sure every week that our business is going well? And that is to be thinking the high level thoughts as a business owner, to be thinking about what is the next step. It does not mean you have to bring on big employees. It does not mean that you have to grow very large, but it usually does mean that if you are a product-based company, you have a new season coming on, or you have a product that could complement something. It could be creating a new revenue stream. It could be joining a new networking group. It could be thinking about your big plans for the next 12 weeks or your marketing plan or things like that. You want to make sure that every week you are doing some of that, what a lot of people call working on the business. The other two things are working in the business. So it's very important that you are having those high level self-conversations to make sure that you are thinking about the big picture and you're thinking beyond what you are doing day to day. That will help the future of your business, the growth of your business. Because if you don't think about the future and you're just stuck right now in the current, it's just like those customers running out. Big problems will happen down the line if you don't know what you're supposed to be working on. If you need help with any of that, reach out. I am available to help you do that. That is what I do. I'm Sierra Bailey. I'm a business educator, a tiny business expert, and the author of Smarter Starting, Building a Tiny Business. And this has been this week's business tip. If you'd like to learn more about me, you can check out MsSierraBailey.com for more information. Have a wonderful week.